Next on Worcester News tonight, hot weather hitting the city Monday, how residents are keeping cool. Plus, nurses rally downtown to talk about safe staffing levels. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Brittany Schaefer. Tracking storms and hot weather tonight, and within the past hour, Worcester has been put in a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go straight to meteorologist Chris Galoninger. He's keeping an eye on those storms.
I'm meteorologist Chris Galoninger. Just missing records in many places thanks to the high thin clouds that moved through and that prevented us from really heating up. Tomorrow will be warm. We have some early storms passing off the south, about 83 degrees. And then on Wednesday, we'll see less humidity, a warm day, 83. Perfect day on Thursday, a lot of sunshine, low humidity, and temperatures into the mid-70s. Your 10-day forecast is coming up.
Well, summer-like temperatures hitting central Massachusetts Monday, and doctors say being in this heat can pose dangers to your body. Our Roslyn Flaherty joins us live now with the details. Roslyn?
Well, Brittany, it was definitely a hot one today, and many people say they're happy to finally see the warm temperatures, but experts want people to take precautions. Many are feeling the heat as temperatures climb in Worcester.
It's definitely hot out, but I enjoy it. I appreciate it. We had a long winter, so I'm just happy to enjoy the weather.
It's hot, it's humid.
Mark DeVerde launched his boat into Lake Quinsigamond to take a quick ride, hoping to cool off.
I'll probably be out here for about an hour today just to start, and then I have some things to do this afternoon, and then I'll be back out tonight.
Others decided to brave the cold water and go for a swim.
I didn't think it was going to be that cold. It is pretty cold, but it feels nice.
Cools you off enough.
According to the National Weather Service, Worcester was in the high 80s by noontime. Michael Hunter is the deputy chief of EMS at UMass Memorial. He says when the temperatures increase this quick, people have to watch out for heat exhaustion.
When it gets really hot, we can't evaporate off with sweat. We can't convect heat, so blood will tend to pool in the legs and people will pass out.
Hunter suggests getting out of the heat if you start to feel sick and watch your activity.
Pace yourself. Take your time and look for shaded areas and stay cool.
He also says to stay hydrated. It's good advice many people are taking seriously.
Gatorades, vitamin waters, all that stuff, you have to.
Water, that's the big thing you gotta have with you is water.
Now, parts of Worcester County are under a tornado warning until 6:15 tonight, and thunderstorms are also expected to roll in. So Hunter says to take precautions and stay inside. Roslyn Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Some businesses are embracing this warm weather, like Iandoli Ice on Route 20 in Worcester. Owner John Iandoli says this long winter and cold spring was the worst he's seen ever for his business, and hopes days like today stick around.
We want it hot on the weekends because that's when everyone buys the ice, but today's nice too because it'll draw the volume out of the stores during the week.
He says in this heat, he has to keep his freezers extra cold in order to keep the ice from melting. A Worcester Superior Court judge has denied an injunction to halt the demolition of the former Notre Dame des Canadiens church. The injunction was filed by the Save Notre Dame Alliance after Mayor Joe Petty said the city cannot use taxpayer money to save the building. On his ruling, Judge James Gavin Reardon cited the unlikelihood of the group's ability to rehabilitate the building. In a statement Monday, the Alliance says they are greatly disappointed with the ruling and hopes the city can learn from this if the building does come down. Demolition of the former church can take place any time in the near future. A memorial is forming on Franklin Street after a young Worcester man died while driving his motorcycle. According to Worcester police, the crash happened early Sunday morning. They say a 23-year-old Worcester man lost control of his motorcycle and struck a curb, then a small tree and a light pole. Police believe the man was killed instantly. A memorial has now formed with candles and flowers. A Webster man is arrested after assaulting police officers while being interviewed at the department. 48-year-old Joseph Vancelet Sr. was at the Webster Police headquarters asking about his son, who had been arrested. Police say at the same time they were conducting a search warrant at Vancelet's apartment in connection to a reported home invasion. When they tried to arrest Vancelet Sr., police say he fought with officers who forced to tase him. Police found 443 grams of crack cocaine and $41,000 in his vehicle. He is now facing a number of charges, including assault and battery on a police officer and trafficking cocaine. Nurses in the state are asking for limits to the number of patients they can see at once. The Massachusetts Nurses Association says healthcare sees a significant downfall when nurses have too many people to take care of. Monday, the state Supreme Judicial Court validated the issue as a viable question on this year's ballot. Our Cam Jandro joins us live now with more. Cam.
Brittany, the MNA says on a busy day, nurses can be responsible for up to a dozen patients, and this has negative implications on the care they're able to give to these patients. They're hoping this ballot initiative is able to take the weight off of these nurses' shoulders.
Nurses across the state are asking for help when it comes to the number of patients they see.
It can be difficult to provide safe and excellent care that we like to provide. We became nurses because we like to take care of people, but we like to take good care of people.
You need to be able to have the time to sit with your patients. Sometimes it's just to hold their hands because you're scared.
Monday, the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court validates a ballot measure to limit the number of patients per nurse. Kate Norton is a spokeswoman for the Committee to Ensure Safe Patient Care. She says the goal is to improve the quality of local health care.
When there are not enough nurses to care for the amount of patients there are universally negative things that happen. We're talking poor patient outcomes, medical errors, preventable readmissions and infections.
The Massachusetts Nurses Association reports around 77% of state nurses care for too many patients at once. Eileen Ricoeur is a critical care nurse in Worcester. She says having to care for a large amount of patients on a shift happens more times than not.
I would say at least 2 to 3 times a week. They're contacted. Can you come in? Can you come in? We're short 2 nurses. We have, this many surgeries. The ER is backed up.
Patient limits would vary based on where nurses are stationed and the severity of their cases. The MNA says Massachusetts currently has no laws limiting the number of assigned patients, and they're hoping to regulate those numbers and get their question on the November ballot.
After 20 years of advocating for patient safety, now's the time to bring it directly to the voters and have the voters weigh in on what they would like to see in their hospitals.
Now, the next step to get the question on the November ballot is to gain 10,000 signatures by the beginning of July. Brittany.
Cam, thank you for that. Rhode Island lawmakers may revisit a deal for a new Pawtucket Red Sox stadium this week, but the city of Worcester says they are confident with their proposal. The House Finance Committee will reportedly consider the deal on Tuesday, with lawmakers hoping to end the session on Friday. Worcester is making a pitch to the minor league baseball team with a proposal to build the stadium in the Canal District. City manager Ed Augustus says they are still very interested in the opportunity and think the city would benefit the team.
We think Worcester is the perfect place for them to spend the next 30 years. We think their energy and excitement and the family-friendly entertainment that they provide is a good match for the city of Worcester. So we're continuing to make our case, and we think we've got a great community to offer them, and we're doing everything we can to make that happen.
Augustus says he expects a decision soon because building a stadium takes time. A fire rips through a Holden home early Monday morning. According to the Holden Fire Department, the fire damaged the back side of the home on Greystone Drive. Chief Russ Hall says it appears to have started outside of the home on an attached deck. Fire investigators were on scene Monday afternoon trying to pinpoint the exact cause. The homeowners tell Worcester News Tonight off camera everyone made it out safely thanks to their working smoke alarms. A new adventure course opens in Berlin over the weekend. The manager there says it was a busy opening weekend and the fun didn't stop Monday. Our Chandler Walsh got a first-hand look at the rope course.
It started as an adventure park in New York and now has made its way to Worcester County. Visitors can spend the day on bridges, rope courses, and zip lines, anywhere from 10 to 50 feet in the air. Timothy Horan climbs and balances, making his way through a boundless adventures course.
It was more challenging than I expected it to be, but I'm still ready to take the next step, try the next level challenge.
And so he did, going even higher off the ground. The eco-friendly aerial adventure park is officially open in Berlin for its first season. The park has 6 courses with different difficulty levels for ages 7 and up.
We're color-coded just like a ski resort here, so we have yellows, greens, blues, and black. So everybody's confidence level is just a little bit different. So you kind of build your own, way through the courses.
Rachel Cotterly conquered her uneasiness on a green course.
I didn't know what to expect, so it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but once you get through it, it's really fun and really easy.
It's something General Manager Christine Pecora sees a lot. She worked in the park's first location before coming to Berlin.
It's an awesome feeling once you get up there, you get through it, and you conquer that fear of heights or just that fear of being up in a tree connected to a harness and clips.
A day starts with getting harnessed and briefed on safety.
Turn off your head and bring them down in front of you.
Followed by up to 3 hours of climbing and zipping through the trees.
The central hub starts on the utility poles and you kind of venture off into the forest, so you're really engaging with nature.
Both Horan and Cotterly say the zip lines were the most exhilarating part of their day.
Hanging on and then letting loose and you're just flying through the air, that was cool.
Boundless Adventures expects to be a popular spot once school gets out for summer. There are courses in all levels, from beginner to expert, like Extreme Insanity. In Berlin, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Looks like fun, and the park had its grand opening on Saturday and will stay open through November. For more information on their schedule, you can visit the park's website. The city of Worcester joining several other communities across the Commonwealth Monday by signing a cultural compact. The city is the 6th community to sign on. The goal of the compact is to boost the local economy through creative expression. The compact, designed by the Massachusetts Cultural Council, aims to recognize the power of culture and make communities a better place for people to live, work, and thrive.
It's all about creative synergies and bringing people together to have a collective impact that every person can participate in, from arts education to public art on the street to after-school programs. And Worcester is fortunate to have over 75 organizations working in partnership with the city manager and our city council to bring arts to life in everyday life.
The city's cultural development officer says the city will also be working on a cultural plan which will be implemented within the next year.